welcome to the Valkence Family Podcast, episode 15. Valkence being the creator-first organization situated around gaming, lifestyle, and entertainment. I am your host, LadyEverity, with my co-host, Bite Me 117. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. If you guys have watched our podcast in the past, you'll notice my setup is a little different. It's in progress. It is a work in progress. But I'm no longer back to the wall.
You got half foam, sorry. Jeez, look there. I can't English. You got half foam down your wall, correct?
I did. It's still there, but I changed the direction of my desk, so I'm no longer facing the wall. I'm kind of facing out, so I have more room.
Okay. So, I actually don't know when did you do that? I don't know if
literally yesterday, yet. No one's seen it yet.
Okay, I was going to say, because I was in your stream yesterday, and I didn't see any change, so...
Yeah, no. As soon as the stream was over, I changed everything. I'm like...
I was going to say, am I that bad of a fucking friend that I just completely missed your whole setup change in the background? But no, we're good.
No, like, all of 2022, I've had these ideas that I wanted to do for stream, and, like, I just, for various reasons, most of it health-related, I never got around to doing the shit. But I feel good right now, so I'm starting to, like, try to get to the shit that I didn't get done last year.
Yeah.
Which is the whole point of today's episode.
Yeah.
Nice little segue in there.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about health today.
Yes.
For sure. Health, and I would say for me, that I struggle with, and that probably a lot of other people struggle with, is, like, health issues, to the point where it's very difficult to find a job, you know, blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. Just, you know, health issues and healthcare generally in the States where LadyEverity is, and Canada, where I am, so.
Yeah, two completely different models for healthcare, so...
Yeah, big time.
We'll have some talking points.
Going from expensive as fuck to free.
Well, not completely. I've heard that you guys still have to pay for some stuff.
Some things. Ambulance bill.
If you don't mind my asking, how much does that usually cost?
$600. $700.
Okay.
Which is covered if you have medical. So if you have medical, you don't even got to worry about it. If you don't have medical, then it's $700.
Okay. How many people don't have, like, medical coverage through like, insurance and shit?
I don't have medical coverage, so I'm McFucked. But,
McFucked.
It's... it's rare. I've only had to call the ambulance... What was it? 3 times. 3 times. Once when I crashed my motorcycle. Another time when I pulled a muscle in my back so bad I could barely breathe. I was hyperventilating, actually. And my arms were going numb from getting too much oxygen.
That's scary.
Like, it was fucked. I didn't know what happened. I could barely move. My back was in so much pain. Like, I thought I fucked something royally. I was horrified. I called my mother, and I was scared shitless. So that sucked. So that's twice. And then another time, I had to call the time I almost broke my fucking ankle, but didn't end up breaking it. And the ambulance came here, and they were like, yeah, I wouldn't even bother going to the hospital, they said, because it was so full. Like, I would have been in the room for hours waiting. I was like, nope, fuck that. If I'm going to be waiting anywheres, it's going to be here in my bed, where I'm at least comfortable.
See, that's interesting to me, because, like, in America, you can wait in the ER for, like, unless you're dying, you're waiting, basically, for at least 4, 5, 6 hours. But in Canada, they told you,
same here.
No, it's full, just stay home.
No, it's same here. Like, you can go and wait. It's just they told me from what they look like, they came in and they looked at me. And they said, okay, from what we see and from what we can feel and everything, it doesn't seem broken. Like, we know you're in a lot of pain and everything. But they said, honestly, if you can tough it out, that would probably be your best bet, because the hospital that we're going to be taking you to is they're full capacity. So that's one problem with healthcare around here is we're really short on doctors and stuff. So they told me you're going to end up sitting in a waiting room in a lot of pain, incredibly uncomfortable for probably hours. And she said, do you really, you can go if you will, we'll take you, but do you really want to do that? And I was like, nope, I'm going to stay home. Fuck that. And then the next day, I got a drive to the clinic, and they checked me out and everything, and yeah, I was fine.
It's probably better anyway. I actually, playing hockey about 6 years ago now, I stepped on ball, snapped my ankle, I broke it.
Oh.
I broke my ankle. Went to the emergency room because I thought that's what you do in those situations. They did the X-rays, and they said it was a sprain. They wrapped it in an ace bandage, sent me home with crutches, and say if you still have pain, follow up with an orthopedist. The emergency room fucked up the diagnosis.
Oh my.
And they charged me $650.
Wow, I would flip.
I was not happy.
Flip. That's messed up.
Yes, I also didn't pay, but that's a separate issue. I'm like, you fucked up the diagnosis. I'm not paying for this. And they
good call.
No. But yeah, so in America, if you've broken a bone, they say don't even bother with the emergency room. Just schedule an appointment with an orthopedist because the ER's gonna fuck it up anyway. And it's gonna cost you more.
Okay. That's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
I must say, that's really fucked up.
It's basically, unless you're dying, don't go to the ER.
Well, yeah, no, that's bad. That's really bad. No, I wouldn't be able to fucking do that.
I don't know how much.
Don't know how much what?
I don't know how much an ambulance actually costs, though, because I've never had a call an ambulance for myself. There was an incident, I think 3.5 years ago, where my nephew was only 18 months old, and he was having an allergic reaction to something. And we gave him the Benadryl, but, my sister was freaking out, warranted. So we called them. They came, checked him out. By the time they came by, the Benadryl had started to work, so he was okay. They didn't even ask for insurance or anything. They just came, evaluated, then they left.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Health issues. So what would be something that health issue-wise that affects you from being able to, say, work a normal job or do specific things that you really want to do? By the way, we're going off script here, so I'm doing fucking good right now, by the way. Just saying. I'm proud of myself.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, what do you do in those circumstances?
Well, I think the biggest, trying to figure out how to word this. My various issues don't actually keep me from doing my job. There's certain circumstances where, things will happen that will kind of be... Okay, so we're just gonna get all personal.
Okay.
So, my diagnosis, the Hashimoto's and the hypothyroidism and all that fun stuff, it can make me very cold, which makes, working with normal people uncomfortable because I'm always freezing.
Okay.
I have IBS issues, so I will spend literally an entire day at work in the bathroom dying. That's happened.
I also have IBS, so...
Yeah, so you understand the crazy.
Yep.
But the biggest issue that I have is the medication for my stuff.
Is there a fucking medication for IBS? Because
no, not for IBS.
Really...
Not for IBS.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, no.
I was gonna say if there's something there for that, what the fuck? How?
No. The Hashimoto's, my thyroid. I take a synthetic thyroid hormone so that it does what it's supposed to do. But one of the side effects of that drug is it can cause anxiety. So.
So you got to take more medication on top of that.
No, I'm not doing that. I refuse to do that.
Okay.
I refuse to do that. I just occasionally will have panic attacks in the office. It's fun. So much fun.
I take anxiety medication. I still have panic attacks, but the thing is with me, like, I know there's a couple of things that I've gone through with my counselor. I have a counselor that I talk to, and there's a couple of things that I've gone through with him, like diagnosis wise, and he can't officially diagnose me with things. But there's a couple of things that he said, like, he asked me, like, straight up, like, answer all this honestly. I was like, all right, like, I want to know. And I did, and sure enough, yeah, like, few more mental issues than anxiety, turns out. So, yeah. But anyways, when you're smart enough to know what's happening, it's the worst. Because you're, like, I'll be sitting here with my medication and everything, and an anxiety attack or a panic attack will hit me, and I'm smart enough to know it's just your nerves, man. Like, it's just, you're overthinking. Like, relax. But at the same time, it's hard to overcome that, but you're smart enough to realize that it's just all in your head, for fuck's sake. So I'm sitting there pissed the fuck off because I'm so anxious, but I know that it's all in my head and for no reason. Like, I'm literally anxious for nothing, and I'm just sitting there sour. I'm like, for fuck's sakes, just go away, please. That's one thing that drives me nuts. Sorry.
No.
I went off on a tangent there. It's just being smart enough to realize what you have, and, like, I knew what I had before I did the tests with my counselor, and I told him, I think this is what I got, and he did the test. He's like, yeah, you do, but I can't diagnose you officially. So, yeah. When you're smart enough to know, you're smart enough to know.
Do you find that it, like, helps you come out of it quicker because you kind of, like, you can tell yourself, like, this is because of this, it's gonna go away? Like, does it help you calm down?
100%. 100%. It takes a little bit of time, obviously, because your heart's pounding, the adrenaline's racing, you're anxious, you're having a fucking anxiety attack. There's nothing you can do to stop that immediately. Like, it's just, you gotta take a couple breaths, take some deep breathers, take a step back and tell yourself, like, whoa, what are you anxious about? And then if you got nothing, then just, you gotta tell yourself, like, dude, I'm being anxious for nothing, this is stupid. And then it generally helps me to tell myself, come on, you stupid fucking idiot, come on, brain, stop it. Like, I'll sit there, I'll curse myself out just for the fun of it, but then I feel better. So
it's funny, for like 2 weeks I didn't understand what was happening until I went to my primary physician, and she was just like, oh, your meds are too high, this is why. And we fixed it.
Okay.
And we fixed it.
Yeah. Okay.
But for 2 weeks, I was literally freaking out straight. Like, I didn't sleep. I didn't, like, I was jumping at shadows. Like, it was awful. And I didn't understand why.
Yeah.
That was the worst part.
Yeah, that would really suck.
Now, I know every time I get a little, a little antsy, a little jittery, a little anxious, it's time to go to the doctor and get my levels checked.
Fair. For me, I just suck it up at this point.
Oh, do you find that exercising helps with your stuff?
Actually, that's a very good question. On a good day, yeah, but it depends on how I feel when I wake up. Usually, I feel pretty shitty, but once I get in the groove of things and actually wake up, then I'm good. But mornings are usually pretty rough for me, which is shit. But if I can get workouts in, yes, they definitely help for sure. As long as I don't push it too hard with my stomach. The whole thing with my stomach besides the IBS would be gastritis and everything. So if I push myself too hard, gas builds up in my chest. And when I get an attack, it feels like I was stabbed with a hot knife in the stomach.
That sounds like fun.
Like, in the chest, sorry. Like, it feels like I'm getting stabbed, like, in the fucking center of my chest. It's fucked. It's terrible. Worst thing I've ever experienced.
How do you drink alcohol if you have gastritis?
Well, they said I actually got diagnosed with it, too. They said it was mild. So, as long as I stick away from spicy foods, hot foods, a lot of grease and stuff like that, they said you'll mostly be good to go. Same with the IBS as well. That linked to it as well. So, coffee as well. Can't drink coffee. Had to give that up. Not supposed to drink a lot of pop or soda, whatever you say where you're from.
Soda.
I know. I'm just saying to the audience, in general, to everybody out there. But yeah, there's lots of things that I had to give up, for sure, which sucks.
I find it fascinating, like, how everyone's body reacts differently to different things. Like,
yeah.
Like, which is why I'm doing this stupid protocol that I'm doing for the 3 months. It's supposed to be, it's an elimination diet. You eliminate pretty much everything that would cause problems. And then after 3 months, you're supposed to, like, add one food a week at a time back. Like, literally one food. It's insane. One food. So, like...
Yeah, that's nuts.
So, basically, like, everything's eliminated. You have eggs, gluten, soy, dairy, nuts, beans, alcohol, obviously, sugar, and there was, like, one other thing. But all of it's gone. Seed-based spices, so mustard, because it comes from a seed, can't have that. So, like, when you add things back, you have to, like, 1 week is mustard seed. You see how your body handles that. The next week might be, like, fennel seed. You can, like, so it's not just like, oh, we're adding nuts back in, have all the nuts. No, you have to go through each one individually.
Okay.
And see, like, which food is actually causing...
Which one is actually causing the issue.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that is smart, but that sucks balls.
It does, but right now, I feel fan-fucking-tastic.
Well, that's good. That's very good.
Yeah. Like, as of this recording, I'm about 12 days into, following the protocol, and I feel amazing. I'm getting good sleep. Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah. I just feel fantastic in general. Luckily, I didn't really have to change a whole pile because, again, I don't drink a whole pile. And when I do, I don't drink a whole pile. Like, it's very little. And, yeah, like, I eat, like, as good as I can. I work out as much as I can. Yeah, just health-wise, I don't want anything to change except for, obviously, I'd like to be able to put on a few more pounds, too, because I have a very high metabolism.
Lucky
I don't look like
bastard.
I'm 27. Yeah, listen, it's a blessing, but it's a curse in disguise. Because for my height, I'm underweight, which sucks, and there's nothing I can do. Like, it's so hard. I can eat and eat and eat, and I'll go down in weight some fucking how. Doesn't make any sense. Like, I will eat a fucking full-sized elephant and go to bed and fucking sleep and not gain a pound.
I can look at a roll and gain 5 pounds. Motherfucker.
Do you want to trade for a bit?
I'll trade for, like, a year.
I'll fucking, when I get my high metabolism back, I'll just burn it off.
Which is crazy. Like, I was on, which is basically, it's the same meds I'm on now, but it was the name brand version of one, so it was, like, better quality. When I was on those meds, shit, man, I was losing weight so fast. This other doctor doesn't want to prescribe them. Which is also kind of another reason why I'm doing this protocol. I'm doing it for the full 3 months. I want to be like, yo, asshole. put me on the meds, because clearly the diet isn't what's doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or it could be.
I'm gonna call bullshit, because I've done this before. I've done this protocol. I did it for 6 weeks.
Oh.
I lost a little bit right up front, kind of like I did this time, but then that was it. I lost nothing else.
Gradually, okay, yeah.
But
okay.
in 6 weeks on the other medicine, I lost 20 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, clearly it was the meds.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna prove it to him systematically. I'm gonna say, this is what I've done. Let's try it my way.
Yeah, I've definitely bulked up more. Like, I'm skinny by all means, but at least I got muscle to me. That's one thing that I can say. But yeah, the whole health issues things really makes it hard to put on weight, along with the high metabolism, insanely difficult to put on weight and then keep it. My max weight ever was 139 pounds. I'm not even joking. And that was the best I ever felt. And I'm no longer 139. And 139 isn't even that much. If I weighed like 160 or something like that, I'd be massive. That's all I gotta say. And I mean in a good way. I would be jacked. Because all I do is fucking work out when I can. Plus, I do a bunch of stuff around the house and everything. And everybody around here, like friends from before, told me, they were like, man, if you didn't have a high metabolism, you'd be huge. I was like, yeah, I know. It's kind of pissing me off right now, but...
That's okay. Don't worry.
Whatever.
In 10 years, your metabolism will go to shit. It'll be fine.
It'll slow down, and then I'll put the weight on, and then I'll have to keep doing the crunches.
Do the crunches anyway. Good strong core is good for you.
Oh, don't worry, I do. I'm not losing my fucking 6-pack. Fuck that. She's near 8, so I'm going for that.
I have a nice little 4-pack underneath all the flub.
If I can get a nice 8 developed, that would be nice. It's starting, but I'm not quite there.
Nice.
I didn't think it was possible actually, but then I very slowly started to notice after enough crunches and workouts and everything else, the 2 extra muscles starting to develop. I was like, oh yeah, fucking rights. No 6-pack for this fella. Going right to the 8-pack. Let's go. So pumped on that. Just gotta keep at it really, but it's difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
Obviously, again, health really comes into consideration. Depends on how you feel. For sure. I'm just grateful that we have a decent healthcare system here. So, like, if I have to go to the hospital because of my health issues and everything, I can just go in there and be like, okay, like, I need help immediately. And they will give me help immediately. Because my health issues are actually worse than the time I almost broke my ankle. Like, they will take me in instantly. The last time I went to that same hospital, it was packed again. But I was literally getting checked out by all the nurses, and I was puking in the office, like, bad. And they were like, okay, we got to get you into a room, like, right now. I was, like, thinking in my head, yes, thank fuck. I was like, because if not, I'm going to walk out of this hospital puking, and I'm going to call the ambulance next to the hospital. I'm fucking pissed. You don't want to give me a room? I'll fucking find a way to get a room. Here. I'll call the fucking ambulance while I'm right next to the hospital, you bastards.
Mm. Well, especially right now with COVID, like, we don't have rooms. We don't have nurses. Nurses are, like, striking and quitting, and it's kind of crazy right now.
Yeah, again, the whole shortage around here, too, it's nuts.
But that's the
not
thing, like,
enough doctors,
you guys have free healthcare and stuff, but I've heard that they won't do, like, diagnostic procedures that we can get, just because it's, like, the waiting period's ridiculous for you guys.
Yeah, it is.
So is that really helpful? Because if you wait too long on certain things, you could be fucked.
Yeah. That's pretty much how it is. We definitely have a severe shortage in doctors and nurses. Yeah, it's free. Like, our healthcare's free, but it's yeah, we have a serious shortage in healthcare workers, so it's not good. Definitely not good.
Our healthcare was definitely helped when President Obama enacted the Affordable Care Act. So like a lot of preventative medicine is free.
Mm-hmm.
Like your yearly physical, totally free. Like my 4 or 3 year colonoscopy, totally free because it's preventative care. Like he helped a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but nothing's gonna be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, we don't live in a perfect world, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's a world where things cost money. It's just who pays it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. That is very true.
So when you work out, do your health issues stop you from working out?
Oh yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Like where like some days you just can't do it, or do you modify your program? Like
I just can't do it.
Okay.
Just impossible. What about yourself?
It's frustrating because like the way it works, like there's too much inflammation in my body, so if I do too much of a certain exercise for too long, I'm out of commission for like a week. I was following a program, and it was a great program, and I would do great for 4 days, and then I was doing push-ups, and my elbow, like I got incredibly bad elbow pain, and I could barely move it for like a good week, so I'd have to stop the whole program and then like start back up, and it got very discouraging because I felt like my body was always falling apart and breaking down doing very simple stuff.
Yeah, see, that's how I felt because again, the last thing I really did was tarring shingles and roofing, rooftops and shit. And like we were working a big house at one point, and then we worked one more house, and then unfortunately I got fucking fired because health issues kicked in. But carrying bundles of fucking shingles, like especially with this big house, it was a certain type of shingle that was like 3/4 size compared to a normal fucking bundle of shingles, so it was super awkward to carry, super fucking heavy to carry. And we had to go up 2 flights of fucking stairs with the fuckers, and we had to carry at least 110 bundles up the 2 flights of stairs. So did that, tired like a motherfucker, and they even told me to slow down, but I was just proving myself. And yeah, did everything great, and pushed myself too hard trying to prove myself that I could do the work. And I proved myself, but then the hospital came.
Yeah.
Then I was out of commission for 5 days, 7 days around that, and then I was jobless. So that's how she goes.
That's how she goes.
That's how she goes. And now here we are.
Yeah.
Now this is what I'm doing for a living, and I fucking love it. It's the best fucking thing that I've ever experienced in my life. So
see, but there you go. Maybe something's happened for a reason. You had to kind of go through all that to find your correct path.
I guess so. I mean, I always did want to do this. I just didn't know how to go about doing it. And now I got a good reason to do it as well, so it's definitely less taxing on the body. Like obviously, like I said, I'll still work out and I still do things around the house and stuff like that, get firewood, mow the lawn, blah blah blah. Shovel snow, you name it. So I'm in good shape. It's just I have health issues. And it sucks because, again, for anybody out there that struggles with health issues, like people could look at you and be like, oh, like that guy or that woman looks like they're healthy. They look fine. There's nothing wrong with them. And they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. My grandfather still thinks there's like not too much wrong with me. Well, I mean, he knows I have stomach problems now, obviously, after so many hospital trips, but I have tendonitis in both of my shoulders. He doesn't believe in that. I'm like, well, I went to the hospital and I got diagnosed like I'm pretty sure I got a fucking MRI to get that checked, actually. Straight up. I'm pretty sure it took an MRI to scan in my shoulders to see if I had tendonitis, and they were like, yep, you do. I was like, well, how do I fix that? They're like, surgery.
Yeah.
I was like, yep, well, fuck that.
Well, do it. If it's free, do it. Fix it.
I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know if that would be. Actually, you know what? I think it would be.
That's that's my biggest frustration, and like the biggest issue also in American healthcare. Like, people assume that because you're thin, you're healthy, and when you go into a doctor's office, they assume that the reason you're in pain or you have problems is because you're overweight. Like, they don't want to stop and actually like do the things to say, well, you know, maybe that's not their fault. Like, they definitely treat bigger people different in the doctor's office.
Anyways, some doctors around here are just terrible.
Yes.
Like, horrible. And they will also assume things. Like, big time. My doctor assumed for so many years, and then finally, when that specific person lost their practice, I was finally able to be properly looked at and diagnosed by a real doctor.
Yeah.
That knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
So that was nice. So now I finally know that I have IBS and gastritis. No thanks to said other unnamed physician that, again, shall not be named. I could say so many words, but I'm really containing myself.
How long did you go with the bad doctor, like, misdiagnosed? Like, how long did that go on?
Since I was a kid.
That's frustrating.
Yep.
That is frustrating.
Yep. Since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Literally a little ass kid. Until I was like 19 or 20 or something like that. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. It was... I'm glad she isn't my family doctor anymore.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and say that.
I went 10 years. Because it was when I was older that I moved and I got a new primary care physician. And I went 10 years of this person and their office. Because I didn't always see the doctor. There's also the nurse practitioner that you can go to, you know, so you can get better appointments and stuff. And I went 10 years of this office passive-aggressively handing me nutrition pamphlets, you know? Like,
yeah.
And not doing all of the tests. Like, there's 5 tests to do to test your thyroid. There are 5 separate tests. They did one of them.
Yeah.
Just one. And that number was even a little off. And they just said, oh, we'll just keep an eye on it. But, like, dude, do the other tests. Like, I could have been working to fix this 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
that was the most frustrating thing in the world. And, like, obviously we're not doctors, we can't tell people what to do, but if anybody that's been listening to this can take anything away from this podcast, it's the message of advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay to get second or third or even fourth opinions. Advocate for yourself.
Big time. Big time. Like, I've been trying to get into a psychiatrist for a while now, so I could get properly diagnosed, and if you think I can, no, not a chance.
Come to America.
No. So
come to America.
We'll
take care of you.
I don't have to chop off my arm and hand them that for payment, okay?
I mean, honestly, there's programs and stuff, like, healthcare isn't even as expensive as it used to be.
Yeah. Still, I'd be like, pain in the ass regardless. Fucking baloney. Shouldn't have to.
But you'd get the care you need.
I know, but I shouldn't you should be able to just go to the doctor and say, like, look, I think this is like, my God. This new doctor I have is no better than the old one.
No.
I mean, to be fair, she is slightly better, but will she listen to you? No.
See,
Fuck
that's
no.
immediate, like, you're done. And we're done.
Oh, yeah, like, as quickly as she can get you off the phone, like, she will do it. And it's the most annoying thing, because it's like, yo, I need help. Like, can you please give me a hand here? Like, welcome to Canada, fucking free healthcare, or welcome to Nova Scotia, anyways, where I live. Free healthcare, but the doctors don't care for fuck all. Like, it's like, where's my paycheck? That's all they care about.
You can't, like, telehealth to somebody in, like, one of the major cities or anything? Bastards.
Yeah, it's messed up. Not fun. Not fun. But yeah, dealing with health issues, again, to anybody listening, definitely not a fun time. There's so many people out there that can relate, me and LadyEverity including, like, there's so many people that struggle with both mental health problems, physical health problems, and again, it's the whole problem with don't judge a book by its cover.
Yes.
People will look at you and judge you and think, oh, this person's fine, and they don't know what's happening on the inside.
Yes.
So
yes.
It's a crappy world we live in, but it's the world we live in.
Yeah. Also, it's like, don't assume that Canadians have like the best healthcare system. I was in Winge's stream last year. I don't remember how it started, but he mentioned like he was having stomach issues and he wasn't drinking alcohol, and I was just in his chat being all mama bear on him, and I was just like, go to the doctor, get a colonoscopy. And it's a diagnostic thing, and he was basically saying that like he couldn't get one for like 6 months. And that like it confused the shit out of me.
Yeah, no, you got to be put on a waiting list. And that waiting list can be a very long time. They told me the waiting list for a psychiatrist would be years.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Years.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Like I said, I already know what I have. Like, I'm smart enough to already know what it's incredibly evident. I know what's wrong with me, When, like I said, when you know, you know.
Yeah. You can go to the doctor. They can do
done.
like MRIs to see the chemical balance in your head, and that can diagnose a lot of things. Like, you don't have to go to a psychologist anymore to get diagnoses. Like, they can see all of it in an MRI.
That would probably also take upwards of a year.
Motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, no joke. It's bad.
I can get I could probably get an appointment with a neurologist in a month.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening here.
That's insane.
Not even close. Not even close.
Like, that is stupid.
I wish.
Because, like, even, okay, let's say, for shits and giggles, I had an appointment this coming week with my endocrinologist. I had to change it because I have to work late. The next appointment that I could make, he had other appointments, but the next appointment I could make was 3 months from now. So I booked it. It's all good. But I also have the option, because of their office, if I had like an absolute emergency, I could email his office. I could email him, talk to him, say, hey, this is a problem. He could just order blood work that I can get that day and like do all of it through email.
Yeah.
Like, that it can happen that fast. That you guys have to wait that long is stupidity.
It really is. Well, that's, again, that's where the lack of doctors and nurses come in as well. Big time.
That's insane.
Like I said, it's really bad. Like, I think there might be 2 doctors that rotate in and out at the closest hospital to where I live, which is maybe 3 or something. I don't even fucking know, actually. Like, there can't be that many, okay, because they're closed sometimes, which is scary as fuck to me because the days they're closed, if I have an attack, I am fucked.
Yeah.
I gotta go way further. I gotta go to that hospital that, well, actually, now I should be okay. Because last time, like I said, I went to that hospital and it was packed, but I was bad and they knew. They could tell I was bad and they were like, yeah, we gotta get you in a room, like, now. So I was like, yes, thank you. Thank you. For once they're doing their fucking job. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Because usually, even if you're suffering like that in the waiting room, they wouldn't give a shit. But yeah, I was thankful they took me in right away.
Yeah. Oh,
good times.
Craziness.
Yeah, I know. So, have we got ourselves anything else before we end this completely off script and just, ranting about our health and healthcare and, just like, yeah, pretty much ranting about the health and healthcare around here. It's fucking shit. And yeah, it's terrible.
Oh.
It's terrible.
It's actually it's funny. I figured we could wrap it up talking about like our plans for the future and things that we have, in the pipeline to kind of help with our health stuff. But I will say it's very hard to consider the possibility of leaving my current job because the health benefits I have for the price are fucking fantastic. Like, I really cannot complain about my health benefits right now. And it's like, I'm always, when I'm making plans for the future, I'm always just like, but I have such great healthcare. Like, it's a
fair.
big factor.
Yeah, healthcare definitely comes into play for sure. If you have good healthcare, especially where you live, then yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not, for sure. But yeah, so I guess we'll end her here for episode 15, you think?
Yeah, do you have any plans in the future? You said you were working out. Anything else that you were planning to do in the year?
Mainly just stick to what I've been doing. Don't fix what's broken. Keep working out when I can. Keep eating as much as I can when I can, obviously, because mornings very difficult sometimes, most of the times. Try put weight on to put more muscle on because I'm just staying at the same build that I'm at. Well, the older I get, actually, the more built I'm getting, so I'm not complaining about that. But yeah, that would be my goal. Don't change anything. Just keep to the grindstone. Keep working out and eat as good as I can.
Nice.
What about yourself? To end it off.
I got 2.5 more months on this crazy protocol diet, where I just remembering the why. Like, every time I want a piece of cake or a candy or something, just remembering why I'm doing this and sticking with it.
Yeah, and exactly.
That's the short-term plan.
That's the short-term plan?
That's the short-term plan.
Have you got any long-term?
A doctor said it once, and I am holding that it is possible. I would like to heal and put in remission my thyroid issues.
Okay.
I've heard it can be done.
That would be amazing.
It would be fan-fucking-tastic.
Well, hopefully that can be done.
Yeah.
Because, that would be literally amazing. That would be like me fixing my gastritis issues permanently. That life-changing. So, I feel you on that.
Yes.
I feel on that 100%. So, I guess that's it. We're good for episode 15.
Yeah.
Of the Valkence Family Podcast. I had a fucking blast.
I
had a blast. Obviously, I love it. Going with no script. I love it. Come on. You can't go wrong. People enjoy themselves. People are here for this roller coaster of fun, whether it be on Spotify or YouTube or Apple Music. Everybody's here to have a good time, relax, and listen to us fucking rant about the dumbest shit, even though it's not dumb. It's not dumb. You get what I'm saying.
Listen to our dulcet tones talk about random ass crap. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, everybody, so much for stopping by the Valkence Family Podcast. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys had an amazing time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. And, yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Leave your comments down below. Obviously, our links to our socials are down below as well, for Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, you know. Thank you again, Lauren, LadyEverity. You are a legend.
Thank you, Luke. Always have fun.
I almost said streams again. Podcasts are always a fucking blast.
Always fun. Thank you so much.
Always a blast. Yes. All right. Let's end on clap sync. We'll give them 2.
All right. I'm gonna count it down this time. 1.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Much love.
1, 2, 3. I think we did it.
That actually said. I think we did it.
I think we did it.
We're good. All right. Ending.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.